What is going on, everybody? We are back with a little bit of a different deck. I'm finally back on camera, by the way. Kind of just didn't feel like getting out the camera to play. I just kind of wanted to play, and I felt that was good. I'm not going to be on the camera in this video either, except for this part, obviously. But today we're bringing you some Galakrond Warlock. I saw this deck when I was on Friday, just hanging out after my workout. And competitive r/competitive Hearthstone had this deck list, which is a little different than your Galakrond Warlock list that we've seen in the past. The Galakrond Warlock list, tongue-tied, in the past ran things like Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, Crazed Netherwing, Netherbreath, Moarch Artificer, and Zephyrs to kind of take advantage of the Dragon package as well as how much they draw their cards. So they can get to the end of their deck, play Dragon Queen for some value, play Zephyrs to find lethal. This deck looks to do something different. It runs the Soul package, Soul Fragment package, I'm sorry. So like stuff like Spirit Jailer, Soul Shear, School Spirits, and Sociologist Militia. It doesn't run the reward cards like Void Drinker or the 3-mana 3/4 that deals 3, because they want to just use these for control tools rather than anything else. And Sociologist Militia just kind of cleans up board on 7. The idea is to still play Galakrond, but this time we play one of my favorite cards ever printed. Like, this is one of my favorite cards, and I'm so sad that it hasn't worked anywhere but Wild. Expired Merchant. Your plan is to discard Galakronds and then make several copies to flood the board with. You'll see in this video, and I get really confused when it happens, that I think that if you discard Galakrond and re-add him to your hand, it goes back to the most recent level of the invoke. So I had him invoked at 2, kind of 2.1, like I played the 2 Dragon Blight Cultists, I tempoed this out just to invoke it, and then when it was discarded, I played the Shield of Galakrond, but when I added it back to my hand, it was just needed twice to upgrade, needed 2 invokes to upgrade. So I don't know if that's consistent. I'm going to play some more games, so there'll probably be another video of this. But keep that in mind if you want to play this deck. Also keep in mind that you want to discount your Flesh Giants with cards like Sack Pack, just Life Tap, and just drawing your Soul Fragments throughout the game. As always, run Plague of Flames. It's really good board clear. We run Sacrificial Packbreaker, I saw to kill our imps off. Run Dark Skies for early game clears. And Veiled Worshipper to just draw a bunch of cards. Before you discard with Expired Merchant, make sure your Flesh Giant costs less than Galakrond. So it's a value control deck. There are times where you feel like you can run them down. You'll see that in the Mage game we played today. And there are times where we want to pull back and control. So just realize what your role is turn to turn. But I mean, I had a lot of fun with this deck. I feel like there was never, except for that confusion turn that you'll see, where Galakrond wasn't fully invoked when I thought it should be. The game ran pretty smoothly. So I'll be back later with some more of this deck for sure. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for the support. We're almost at 20 subscribers, so thank you guys for the support so much. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy. So what's going on, guys? We have actually switched to voiceover real quick. I was looking through the listening back to the editing, I'm sorry, and my microphone was just clipping so much. Not really because it was too loud. I think it was just some weird stuff going on. So we're going to do a voiceover for this. So the goal of this deck, like I said in the first part, is to use cards, not to save them, like Expired Merchant, and you're going to discard Galakronds. We kept 1 Soul Jailer, and the rest we decided we're going to send back. We don't need the Expired Merchant yet. So let's see what they're going to end up doing here. Even though this game is fresh in my mind, I did not intend on doing a voiceover for this, so it's a little ramshackle. I apologize. Oh yeah, we have some technical difficulties here with OBS. Yeah, look at that. Look at that nice little screen wiggle. So the first turn's pretty clear. We're just going to play out a Soul Spirit Jailer, because they're not trapped. They are our friends.
And I think when this game started, I wasn't sure if this was Turtle Mage or not because it doesn't do anything for the first 2 turns. Then I do realize that he isn't. You'll see that in a second anyways. Now, there was another turn I could have done there, and the other turn was to coin out Dragonblight Cultist, and then next turn play another Dragonblight Cultist into Veiled Worshipper and just draw 3 cards. That would not have been a bad turn either. Yeah. I forgot what he does for his turn 3. Again, I apologize for how ramshackle this is. He's got Arcane Breath, and that makes me realize that this is not Turtle Mage because Turtle Mage doesn't run Arcane Breath. This is the Cyclone version with dragons. I'm kind of jamming out because the music I put in is playing in my headphones right now, and it's good. It's good stuff. Slaps. As always, guys, I do put the artists and links to where you can find them in my description, so keep a lookout for that. We played Dragonblight Cultist. I had a little bit of a rant here in the video. Why is Dragonblight Cultist only have 3 health? I get it. It's technically, at its lowest, a 3-mana 5/3. But come on. Card doesn't do it anymore. So he plays the Solarian, and we go by the very old adage of, well, we're going to play some stuff. Play Spirit Jailer, get that second Dragonblight Cultist max to a 7. So I guess he's technically a 7/3. He's not. He has 1 health. He dies. We send the 2 imps into the Solarian, and we go face for 3. And this is when I remember that Ras Frost Whisper is a card, and that's not fun. In 3, 2, 1. -1. Yeah, like I said, count down from 4, and you see it. And it just clears my board. It's sad. Now, there are a few things I can do here. I can use all my mana efficiently and play Shield of Galakrond. I end up playing Veiled Worshipper because drawing cards is usually what you want to do in any game, especially control decks. And drawing Evil Genius is good. It gives us a little extra value. So we're going to coin out Evil Genius after going face with the Spirit Jailer. And yeah, we have a board that he cannot clear just by ending his turn now, which is good. We're better than Odd Paladin. Look at that. That's an interesting thought experiment, though, right? Like, if you were to put any Galakrond deck right now back into the Witchwood to Rakistan's Rumble meta, how would it do against odd or even decks? I gotta think unnerfed Galakrond Rogue would be pretty good. Unnerfed Shaman, Galakrond Shaman would be really good, right? That'd be a good deck. So he twin spells there, he plays his Cobalt Scalebane. We have the option, well, we can't Militia this turn, it costs 7 mana. So we're gonna wait for a minute. Having a frozen minion is not ideal. I know what we end up doing here, but I forgot what else we use. So we're going to play the Ethereal Lackey, and we end up taking Dark Portal because the rest of these cards just really aren't that good. We're just going to play it immediately, and we get a 1-cost Kronks. That's so good. 1 Kronks is awesome. We're just going to Plague of Flames, get rid of his board, get him out of here, and end our turn. I feel like if Cyclone Mage ends with no board, it can be dangerous. I do think we see that here, yeah, because they're going to end up playing 2 Sorcerer's Apprentice and kind of just pop off a little bit. They play a bunch of 0-cost spells, and they will eventually go into a Mana Cyclone. I was thinking of just speeding this up and editing, but I want you guys to hear the amazing sound of my voice and the never, ever sarcastic layer sound of my voice. He does have a lot of 1-cost spells, and I'm not sure if he drew them over the course of those Frost Whisperer turns or what, but he is, or if he hoarded them, but he does play a lot of 0-cost cards here. He goes into a Mana Cyclone. as well as I think he goes into another Solarium Prime, actually. Or, yeah, another Solarium Prime. So I'm definitely going to Dark Skies here if I don't draw anything better. And he is just going to town. The other option here is to School Spirits because we top decked. I was going to say the other option would be to Devoted Maniac and then Plague of Flames. We used our Plague of Flames last turn. So we cleared his board. We are going to tempo out Devoted Maniac just to invoke the Galakrond. And this is what I was talking about in the intro. Galakrond's not fully invoked right now, I don't believe. So if he were to be discarded or drawn then discarded, I guess, when he gets added back to your hand, he's no longer considered invoked to where you had him. He's just the most recent transformation, that level threshold, which is kind of annoying. I would think it'd be like Cthulhu, where even if it is dead or discarded, it still keeps the buffs. I don't know what the code or anything is like for Galakrond. So this is an easy militia turn. We're going to trade in 2 of our imps, so 2 of our spirits can trade in cleanly. And just clears board. Militia is such a good card. I do feel like Demon Hunter got the better Soul Fragment cards. And we're going to buff it as well with the Titanic Lackey. Because Marrow Whisper is such a good tempo play in a class that already has a lot of good aggressive tempo plays. And Soul Shear doesn't seem like an aggressive card, but the ability to use that in the Soul/Control Demon Hunter is really good. So you saw there that he was able to clear my board with a discovered Flame Strike. It's very obvious that he has Flame Ward. Oh, I guess he doesn't. I thought he did, because he was getting it down to 3. I guess I misread that. And that's kind of why I'm pausing here. So my plan is to tap first, try drawing that Galakrond so we can discard it. But we're going to play the Flesh Giants. We had some mana floating, which I don't think was a very good idea. I think we could have done more with that turn. That didn't seem like it was thought out enough. He played a second Flame Strike that he got, and he's going to freeze and ping the Giant. So now I have both my expired merchants and no Galakrond. I'm thinking that now is the time to probably get Galakrond. So we're going to play a 1-mana 6/6. Seems good. And draw Galakrond. And now if you look closely, it's obviously post-game. It's obviously voiceover and post-game. It did say it only needed one more invoke to work. But the transformation, as you can see, didn't take place. So I'm guessing if it is discarded, it resets back to its level or doesn't get invoked whatsoever. So going into the future, that's something that I need to remember, and anyone who wants to pick and play up this deck needs to remember. It may have been in the competitive Hearthstone report. I just didn't read the whole thing. I just saw the deck list and was like, this looks fun. So that's kind of what happened. He plays a big old whelp that he discovered off of Azure Explorer. So he's going to draw. He's going to play another Wand Thief. We have some healing if we need it. I'm thinking if we can use the healing to bait out any of those secrets. Or not traps. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh. Any of these secrets, because it's probably a card we don't need the most of. And now I'm thinking that is 100% Flame Ward because he didn't freeze the Giants. So we're going to trade in both of our imps into the big ol' whelp. We're going to trade the expired merchant to get our Galakronds back. We're going to go face for 8, and that's going to activate the Flame Ward. And then we're going to trade in our Shield of Galakrond. And this is where the pause happens for a second, where I'm like, okay, we did it. And then we only get 2 demons. And I think there was like a pause for a second. I'm like, okay, what's the other 2? I look at it, invoke twice. So this is where I'm like, what happened? What went wrong here? But it doesn't matter. We move on with our lives. We're going to summon 2 more imps. This is still a board he has to deal with. It's not the best board. We could have 4 demons, but we have some demons. We're getting a weapon in a few turns. There's still 12 damage on board, and that is lethal for us. He's going to play another Wand Maker. This man or woman has created so many 1-cost spells, it's ridiculous. He can definitely clear the imps with the just by pinging them, so I'm not concerned about it. I know that I'm not going to kill him this turn. It's another Violet Spellwing. I'm kind of amazed that I'm still at 32 health. Evocation is scary. The fact that he isn't immediately playing anything did speak to me the moment this is probably good, and I was almost certain that this was another Flame Ward. His secret pulls, I think we've read very well, and this kind of tells me that it's not Flame Ward because he is immediately killing it. We have another turn till we get a Fiery War Axe. And I'm thinking, when I draw that card, I do think that... Okay, so it is a second Flame Ward. I do think that I can play it, or Dark Size to clear his board. But my thing is, why are we messing around with things if we don't need to? Those secrets don't need to activate. We don't need him to summon, potentially... Because the secrets now could be Counterspell, Netherwind Portal, or... Spellbinder, the 1/3 that adds that takes the target. There's no reason for us to do that. We can just play Expired Merchant, get some more value going, kill it, and then we're gonna save the Cobalt Lackey for lethal because we can get lethal set up this turn because of that evolution, which was great. Dealing 3, gonna summon some more imps, I believe. And I'm just kind of calculating out. In real time, I am talking. I'm like thinking, okay, we have lethal set up. So long as he doesn't freeze our face or freeze or heal or anything like with Ice Barrier, we're going to win, which is great. He's going to play Shunvala, which again, it's a second evocation. That's 2 turns in a row. Shambhala isn't a big deal because it's not going to make anything with Taunt. But the evocation's scary because he can get something like Frostbolt, which does freeze face. He can get Ice Barrier. But he's going to play Lab Partner here. He's going to discover a Mage Minion. The more mana he uses to play things, the less likely he is to do freeze face or create an Ice Barrier. And he's going to use another mana to play the Magic Trick, which means no Ice Barrier. There still could be a Frostbolt. Oh, I mean, no, now there can be, because the Arcane Breath means that there can be no Ice Barrier. It still deals 5 damage. And the second one he's about to play means there is no Frostbolt, which is awesome. And he is at 5. He thinks he's at 2. He did not play Yogg Box. He couldn't. Evocation costs 1 mana. We get some weapons for our master. We draw another Soul Fragment. We're back up at 24. And we go face for 3. And then hit him for 2 for exact lethal. Guys, this is a really fun deck. Expect at least another video of this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Remember to like and subscribe and stay awesome. Peace.